Hi, this is Carol Ann of Exquisite You. Open your gift, give it to the world, let your music sing. From Step Into Your Greatness Telesummit. And this is video number 2 in the 3-part training series. And I am so excited that you are here. We are going to have so much fun today. Today we're going to talk about, oh, and by the way, let me tell you, if you haven't already watched video number 1, you need to go back and watch video number 1 before you continue with video number 2, because they're all in succession and you really should listen to them 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to talk about getting unstuck today. Many of you responded in the survey that I sent out that you were stuck. So, okay, stuck. When something's stuck, how do we get that unstuck? Maybe it's something glued to something or gum on something. Sometimes we use a solvent. Sometimes we have to use a knife or some type of lever to get under there and loosen it, get it off. And today we're going to use the lever of the mind. The mind is a very, very powerful thing, and we need to use it in the correct way. And sometimes we don't even use our mind the way we're supposed to. So one of the things I want to talk about is we need to recognize what our thoughts have been, because what you've put out there with your thoughts in the world is what your world tends to end up as. And without having clarity in what you really want and where you're really going in life, then you get maybe where you are today, nowhere, or where you don't want to be. Instead of focusing on what you don't want and where you don't want to be, I'm suggesting that you change and you start thinking about exactly where you want to be. Be very, very specific in details on where you want to be and put it out there. And focus on it in your mind, because what you focus on expands. Set your intention to every day focus at least 10 minutes a day on what you really want. Write it down, put it in a journal, give it to the world, the universe, whatever you want to call it out there, higher power, and let the higher power, the universe, the world, give it to you, because it will give it to you. It's proven, and it's given it to me, or I wouldn't be here sharing this with you. Number 2 is we change by being aware. Be aware when you start thinking thoughts that are not taking you where you want to be. Negative thoughts. Doesn't mean that you always have to see everything positively, although that's really a good way to live. And in the beginning, it's very hard to concentrate on everything being positive. So just being aware of what you're thinking of and the patterns that you fall into when you start thinking in negative ways. So the second step would be to change your thinking from negative to positive, being aware of when you do that and the circumstances around that, and changing the pattern. The third thing I want to talk to you about is when we act the way we want to be, we will become what we want to be. So you have to concentrate on what you really want to be and start acting that way. Go to a store and sit on new furniture if you want new furniture. Go look at houses if you want a bigger house, or maybe you don't have a house and you want a house. So go look at the houses. Figure out what it is what you want. Go in the houses and smell what they smell like. Feel the walls. See what's there. If you want a new car, go to the dealership of the car dealer of the type of car you want. Sit in the car. Smell the car. See all the bells and whistles on the car. And think positive about that car. And you'll see that car on the road everywhere you go. And in doing so, it will come to you. And so our mind is the lever to get us unstuck from where we are to where we want to be. But like I said, it takes clarity in knowing exactly where you want to go. And this I have learned from many of the books, the experts that I have trained with and listened to. And the first thing that they say is that you need to be specific in where you want to be or what you want. And you have to put it out there and be brave enough to, to stand up for it, to think about it every single day. If you want to be a speaker, go out there and start speaking. Speak for nothing. Call people. Volunteer. Speak at whatever you can speak at. And you'll be a speaker. If you want you want to increase your income. Well, how much income do you want to be increased by? How much income do you want to earn every month, every year? Put that down. Give it to the universe. And then act on it. You know, we can't get what we want until we act. So, that is my little session on using the mind as the lever to get you unstuck. And I don't know where you're stuck at. I don't know if you're stuck in a bad relationship. I don't know if you're stuck in a bad job. I don't know where you're stuck. But this works for no matter where you're stuck at. And like I talked about in the first video training, you have everything inside of you already. You just need the tools to be able to reach inside and bring that to the world and stand and be who you are, because you are the most important person there is. You are the best you there is. There's nobody like you, and nobody can do anything that you can do. And somebody's waiting out there for you, for your message, for your presence. And you need to fill that spot, and I'm here to help you do that. So this is our unsticking session, and tomorrow you will receive another email with the third session in it, and I look forward to speaking to you then, and we're going to talk about some of the things that sabotage us from going forward and stepping out and being our greatest self. So remember, you have the power, and it's already inside. You have the confidence. You can get unstuck, and we're going to figure out how you're sabotaging yourself so you can move forward. See you tomorrow.